John Harbaugh just dropped a bomb on the NFL. Jackson Dart isn't just a young quarterback. He's a football-obsessed weapon ready to change the Giants' future. But can he survive the brutal NFC East war waiting for him?
Meanwhile, Giants are focused on the improvement of second-year quarterback Jackson Dart. John Harbaugh was on the NFL Network, and he was raving to Mike Garafolo and Brian
This guy's
Bowman.
a competitor, man. He's a competitor. I think I already knew that, but I've seen it firsthand. I've seen it play-to-play, day-to-day, in the meeting room. Charismatic leader, loves ball. I mean, you know, from when you're from afar, you don't always know all the ins and outs of a guy, but this guy is obsessed with football. You know, he wants to know everything about everything all the time. You like that in your quarterback.
All right, J-Mac, I go to you. You're in this market. You live in Jersey. Dart, he's out and about. You see him everywhere. He's got the golden locks. Obsessed with football is not something everyone always assumes with Jackson Dart, but it sounds like John Harbaugh is all in on Jackson Dart, and Jackson Dart is all in on being the New York Giants signal caller.
I'm so intrigued the John Harbaugh effect on this football team. You just mentioned Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterbull. You see those guys everywhere. They're more celebrities to a certain extent to what they've done on the football field thus far, though I think both young players are going to be really good. You look at what he's talking about with Dart, loves football. You look at Cam Scatterbull doing the flip at Fanatics Fest, has come back and said, hey, I had a conversation with my head coach. Probably not something I should be doing. Darius Slayton, veteran wide receiver on the team, talked about the accountability since Harbaugh has been in the building. It feels like a different feel with this Giants team. They have completely bought into who John Harbaugh is and what he expects out of this football team. Jackson Dart, that responsibility, ton of it falls on him. The number one thing is, can he stay healthy? With everything going on, continue his playmaking ability, but he has to remain out there on the field for them to be a good football team.
Everyone is so hyped up on the Giants in New York. I mean, I was walking around 11 wins, 12 wins. Anything's possible in the NFL. What's the reality right now from your standpoint?
Yeah, Peter, I am tapping the brakes. I think, again, this is a team that's won 7 games over 2 years, only 4 division games. They have a long way to go. And I think John Harbaugh is going to bring Jackson Dart along the way that Rex Ryan, who used to work for John Harbaugh, in terms of the run game. Last year, Baltimore ran the ball, designed runs 47% of the time, second most in the league. Peter, this morning you mentioned Patrick Ricard. You look at Isaiah Likely. So I think in terms of Jackson Dart, who struggled with completion percentage, he was 19th in the league last year. I think Scatterbull, especially early on, is going to be as important as anybody else. Look, Malik Neighbors is the home run hitter. We know that. He may not be 100% on opening day. I think this team is certainly improved, but to me, they're still clearly the 4th best team in this division.
I want to show you guys a graphic. Second-year quarterbacks. It used to be you have to wait till year 3 or year 4, but you just look at some of these guys that had huge breakout second years in the NFL. Lamar was an MVP. Mahomes was an MVP. Drake May was second in MVP. Mike Tannenbaum, can Giants fans pencil Dart in there? Not even pencil.
Nope. This is going to be much more like Mark Sanchez with the Jets, which was Rex wanted to play good defense. We ran the ball. Obviously, we had good success getting to a couple championship games. Jackson Dart could turn into a frontline top 10 player, but I just think the way this team is going to be designed and what the head coach believes in, I don't think we're going to see an explosive passing offense this year, which is okay. I think they got to lay the foundation this year, much the way Rex laid it with the Jets.
I see that headline there about Neighbors. Adam, you're here. What are we hearing on Neighbors' health?
Well, he's coming along. Everybody could see the video and knows that he's further along than people thought because there was a negative narrative following him after that softball game where everybody saw he was limping along. Now he's moving like a guy who looks like he's got a real chance to play an opening night against the Dallas Cowboys. They have a plan. They're being smart with him this summer. They're bringing him along very slowly and cautiously, and then they'll be ramping him up as the summer goes on in an effort to get him ready for that opening night game against the Dallas Cowboys. And last year, Neighbors and Dart played 1 half together. If Dart stays healthy, if Neighbors is healthy, if Scatterbull is healthy, 3 big ifs, and we can do this for every football team. But if those 3 guys are healthy, last year, there was a lot of juice around the Giants before some of these guys were
Big Thursday night win over the Eagles.
They felt for a brief period of time like an exciting, young, energetic team. And that was before John Harbaugh got there. If all those guys stay healthy for the majority of the season, I fully expect them to make a playoff run.
You know what I love, Shregs, and to Shefty's point, you had that full screen up there of second-year quarterbacks. You look down that list. Greg Roman was the offensive coordinator for Lamar Jackson.
Who was Mahomes' offensive coach?
Mahomes, Matt Nagy was there, and then Brian Callahan. He was with Joe Burrow in Cincinnati.
Call,
so when you look at who's going to surround Jackson Dart, those are going to be three people that are going to be in his ear constantly throughout the course of the season. The run game, Greg Roman, so good at that. Callahan, the quarterback coach, in his ear.
I don't care what you say. Mike's not buying in. Mike's not buying in.
You're shutting the door, and I'm not saying I'm not putting you in a spot, but we see these names of these like Drake May. They were the top 4 worst team in the league, and he's second in the MVP. It's possible.
Sure, is it possible? Of course, but
that's the reason you see them.
The reason they're, in my opinion, they're the 4th best team. They struggled stopping the run last year. They got rid of their best run defender in Dexter Lawrence. Their corner situation really needs to be sorted out in a division where you have Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and Jaden.
CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens.
Yeah, exactly. So to me, like, you're looking at 3 really good teams. If Jaden Daniels can stay healthy, I think we forget about how good the Commanders were just 2 years ago. So I think the Giants are going the right direction, but they're a year away from being a year away.
Or so you say. In this league, it changes every year. And there have been 36 straight years where there have been at least 4 new playoff teams. So in every one of those 36 years, you would have told me that those 4 teams are a year away from being a year away, and you would have been wrong in the 36 years. So there are going to be teams this year, and I don't know who they are, maybe the Saints, maybe the Bengals, maybe the Giants, all realistic possibilities that make that jump that we're not seeing today.
John Harbaugh just dropped a statement that could completely change the future of the New York Giants. Because according to the Super Bowl winning coach, Jackson Dart is not just another young quarterback trying to find his place in the NFL. He is obsessed. He is relentless. And he might have the one quality every franchise searches for but rarely finds: a quarterback who cannot stop thinking about football. Speaking on NFL Network, Harbaugh praised Dart's competitiveness, leadership, and preparation, saying he has seen it firsthand, play to play, day to day, in the meeting room. But the biggest message was clear. Harbaugh believes Dart is fully committed to becoming the face of this franchise. For a Giants team desperate for stability at quarterback, those words create massive excitement. But now comes the real question. Can Jackson Dart handle the pressure that comes with being New York's next big hope? Because the hype is growing fast, but the Giants are entering a division where young quarterbacks are forced to prove themselves immediately. Since arriving in New York, John Harbaugh has already changed the energy inside the building. Jackson Dart and rookie running back Tom Scatabo have become 2 of the most talked about young players on the roster. Even Scatabo learned quickly that Harbaugh's standards are different. After performing a flip at Fanatics Fest, Scatabo admitted his conversation with Harbaugh made him realize that every action matters. That is the Harbaugh mentality. Excitement is allowed, but accountability comes first. Veteran receiver Darius Slayton also revealed that the atmosphere inside the Giants facility feels completely different. Players believe in the culture. They believe in the coaching staff. And they believe this team is moving in the right direction. But belief does not guarantee wins, especially in the NFC East. Because while New York has optimism, the numbers reveal just how far this team still has to climb. The excitement around Jackson Dart has reached another level. Some fans are already talking about 11 or 12 wins. Some believe this could be the surprise team of the NFL. But the reality is much more complicated. The Giants have won only 7 games over the last 2 seasons. They have won just 4 division games during that same stretch. And now Dart has to compete against some of the best quarterbacks in football. Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels. In the NFC East, every mistake becomes a disaster. Every interception becomes a headline. Every injury becomes a crisis. That is why the biggest question is not only whether Dart has talent, it is whether he can stay healthy and develop fast enough. And that is where John Harbaugh's biggest coaching decision could define Jackson Dart's entire career.
John Harbaugh knows exactly how to develop a unique quarterback.
He did it with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
The Ravens built an offense around Lamar's strengths, using designed quarterback runs on 47% of their rushing concepts last season, the second highest rate in the NFL.
Now the Giants could create a similar formula. Protect Dart. Use his mobility.
Create explosive opportunities.
But there is one area he must improve: accuracy. Jackson Dart ranked 19th in completion percentage last season. That means New York may depend heavily on Cam Scatterbo's physical running style and Malik Neighbors' explosive playmaking ability. But everything depends on health. Because if Dart, Neighbors, and Scatterbo are all available, the Giants suddenly have the foundation of a dangerous young offense. However, not everyone believes Giants fans should start planning a playoff parade just yet. Former NFL executive Mike Tannenbaum believes expectations around Jackson Dart need to slow down.
He compared the situation more closely to Mark Sanchez with the New York Jets. A young quarterback, a strong defense, a powerful running game, a team built step by step.
Tannenbaum believes Dart has the ability to become a top 10 quarterback, but he does not expect an immediate explosion. And maybe that is the biggest lesson for Giants fans. Great quarterbacks are rarely created overnight. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, even recent breakout stars. They needed the right system, the right coaching, and time. The Giants may not be a finished product yet, but history proves one thing. The NFL changes faster than anyone expects. There have been 36 straight seasons with at least 4 new playoff teams. And every year, one unexpected team rises. The Giants are betting their future on 3 things: John Harbaugh's leadership, Jackson Dart's obsession, and Malik Neighbors' ability to become a superstar weapon. The questions are obvious. Can Dart stay healthy? Can Neighbors return at full strength? Can this defense survive against the NFC East's elite offenses? Nobody knows the answer yet. But one thing is certain: the Giants are no longer a team without direction. They have a coach with a proven blueprint, a quarterback with unbelievable confidence, and a young core that believes something bigger is coming. Jackson Dart may not be ready to take over the NFL today, but if Harbaugh is right about him, New York might have just found the player who changes everything.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.